Are you joining Medicare after 65? Maybe you've worked for a few more years, or your spouse has had health insurance for a while, and you're trying to figure out when to join Medicare now that you're past 65. In this video, I want to walk through the 3 important things to be aware of as you go to apply for Medicare after 65. I'm Emily with the Medicare Coach, and again, I'm an independent Medicare consultant helping our clients easily navigate both Medicare rules from the government, but also the insurance company options to help them do what's right and best for them to have the best health insurance, the best healthcare, while also protecting their retirement savings. We're not an agent, a broker, the government, any of those things, so you'll hear me say very different things in this video. And down below, I have extra resources for you to help you get a shortcut when it comes to Medicare. So this video is for those of you who are past 65 and are not fully on Medicare. Now, some of you might be scratching your head and say, how is that possible? We all have to join Medicare at 65. If you've seen my other videos, you know that Medicare is not actually required at 65. Medicare rules say by the time you turn 65, you must either be on Medicare or on an employer health insurance plan which meets Medicare rules. So, for those of you who have had employer health insurance through you or a spouse that met Medicare rules, it is absolutely possible that you are delaying Medicare. I had a client the other day who was 84 years old who just joined Medicare as he retired from a bank. So my point is, this is for those of you who are past 65 and not fully on Medicare. Now, there are 3 things to be aware of when it comes to Medicare. And in most cases, I want to talk to you ideally 6 months before you plan to retire, because it gives us enough of a runway to get all of this stuff done. But the first one is when do you plan on retiring, right? Do you plan on retiring in 1 month, in 6 months, in 12 years? Is it kind of up in the air? What does it all look like, right? Because that will help us understand how do we kind of lay everything out, the research, the paperwork, all the other things. So really getting clear on when do you want your Medicare to start or when is your retirement happening is the first most important step. Step number 2 is when you want to join Medicare past 65. You may have Part A, you may have Part B, but if you don't have Medicare A or you don't have Medicare Part B, there is some additional paperwork required when it comes to joining Medicare. And the most important first step is what's called an employment verification form. And this is a standard document provided by the government that your employer must fill out. And this form will confirm to you this form will tell the government that yes, you've been on an employer plan since 65 and that employer plan has met Medicare rules. So step number 1, confirm when you want your Medicare to start, when you want to retire. Step 2 is get this employment verification form if you're not on both Medicare Part A and B already, okay? If you're already on Medicare Part B, there's going to be a few issues when you fully join Medicare, but hopefully you don't have Medicare Part B yet, so you have a lot more options. So again, the employment verification form is the important step number 2 when it comes to applying for Medicare after 65. Again, it takes some time for employers to fill this out, so please plan in advance. We like to have this form ideally 3 months before you plan to retire or the moment that you tell your employer that you are retiring. So again, the employment verification form is step number 2. And then step number 3 is putting in your applications, finalizing your decisions, getting it all in place so your Medicare can start. Again, I like to have people apply for Medicare 2 to 4 months before they want their Medicare to start, but life happens. I've had a client who wanted to join Medicare in the next 2 weeks, and luckily we'd already kind of done his research. We'd pre-planned for this so we could make it happen. But again, ideally, you plan a couple months in advance so that way everything can fall into place correctly. But again, confirm when you want your Medicare to start, get the employment verification form completed, and then number 3, put it all in place so your Medicare can start shortly. Again, this is a fairly easy process if you know what to follow, but people do get caught up in all the different details. So if you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up. We look forward to helping you easily make your right Medicare decision here at the Medicare Coach.